And welcome to GoldenDomeFans.com. Today we have Coach Faust. Thank you for your time, Coach.
Griff, it's always to be with a man of Moeller, a man of Notre Dame.
All right. Would you mind starting off by telling us what makes Notre Dame so special to you?
Well, I've always, since I've been a little kid, when I was playing CYO football, I used to listen to them on radio. And when I come back from practice, I'd be whistling the fight song. I knew the fight song when I was in 5th, 6th grade. Mm-hmm. So when I had a chance to come up here as an official visit with Frank Leahy as a coach, after I went to work out, which you were allowed to work out in those days, mm-hmm. I thought I was going to come and play football at Notre Dame until the 8 quarterbacks in front of me threw the ball, and I knew I couldn't play there. So I said, well, maybe someday I could be the coach here. So God worked it out, and it all worked out, and I had 5 great years here, even though the record wasn't the best. I think we were competitive in most of the games, and would I do it again? I'd do it without a question, if the results were the same. It was a great 5 years. I love Notre Dame and love what it stands for, and I'm just happy the good Lord let me spend 5 years here coaching.
Mm-hmm. Before you were here, you were at Moeller High School. What would you say were the main differences between coaching at the high school level and then coaching at the collegiate level?
Well, there's a big difference, and the level was a huge jump from one to the other, but the basics are the same. And I think one of the mistakes I made when I came to Notre Dame, I wasn't as demanding, as tough on the players as I should have been. Mm-hmm. I felt at the maturity level of them being older that they would respond their own way. But it isn't any different. You just when I was at Moeller, I was always booting them in the rear end and getting on them and making them hustle more and perfecting things. And I think if I'd have done the same thing here, maybe the results would have been a little different. Mm-hmm. Now, the Notre Dame kids I had were just phenomenal. There wasn't one bad young man among the group. And the great thing about it was that I think we recruited in 5 years about 150 student athletes, and we only had 4 that did not graduate from here. 2 of them graduated from other universities. They felt they could play at another level, so they transferred, and 2 just didn't make it. And I think that's the great thing about the coaches that were here, the young men that were recruited. They wanted to get an education first, and they wanted to play football, and they did both.
Yeah. What would you say is your favorite coaching memory?
Well, at Notre Dame, people ask me that all the time. They said, what's your favorite moment at Notre Dame? And to be perfectly honest with you, it was the first day of spring football. Mm-hmm. I was out there working with the kickers before practice. It was a rainy, drizzling day, and we invited the people. We opened up the practice to the whole city, and they had over 5,000 people there that afternoon. We had to get the police from the campus to control the crowd to keep them away so we could practice, and that's the first time it ever been opened up. And so anyhow, we always at that time had a tradition. They'd come to the gate there, and they'd wait for everybody to get there, and then they'd run on the field together for practice and do calisthenics. So anyhow, I'm over there with the kickers working with them, and I saw the kids, and I was down at the east end of the stadium, or practice field, and I saw them running on. They were going north and west, and so with the clouds and cover and the little drizzle and everything, I ran over there because I wanted to be the first one over there when they got out in the field before they started calisthenics. Mm-hmm. As I ran over there, I looked up to the heavens, and I had tears in my eyes, and I said, Dear Lord, dear lady, thanks for this great opportunity. Mm-hmm. As soon as I said that, the light came through the clouds and shined on the Golden Dome. Blessed Mother. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Mm-hmm. It was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, that's awesome. Going into a big rivalry game like USC today, as a coach, what would you say to the players to keep them calm and focused?
The one thing I think maybe I did right was coach against Southern Cal. And we won the last 3, and we should have won the first one out there in the West Coast, the Phantom touchdown, and we should have won the one before that. We missed the field goals, But anyhow, I felt the kids would get themselves ready for that game because it's called the game. Mm-hmm. So I never tried to psych them up. Mm-hmm. We just went to detail and worked hard in perfection during the week. Never said much about the game because I knew that they'd be ready for that game. And I think maybe that's the best approach for that game. You don't want to get them sky high early in the week and let them get up for the game because they were going to be ready for that game no matter what. Yeah. And the 2 times we played here, first time we came out in the green jerseys, and the place went crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it went crazy. And we came out, and we had them. We beat them 37-7 that day, and and then we beat them on the West Coast 19-6 the next year, and then first time in 16 years that Notre Dame had beaten Southern Cal on the West Coast, and our kids played great, both places. Then the last time we came here, I came out in the blue jerseys, but at halftime the kids didn't know about it. We changed into green jerseys. We're leading 27 or 24 nothing or something like that. And we come out in the second half in green jerseys. The place goes crazy again. So I go to the press conference. We win 37-7. I go to the press conference, and all the press guys, they want to make a big thing. Why did you come out with the green jerseys when you're leading like that? And I said to them, there's two halves to a game. They couldn't answer me. It was all settled right there. So we end up winning that one. Yeah.
Yeah, our defense has been pretty shaky throughout the year. What do you think the key to slowing down the Trojan offense is today?
Well, first of all, I don't think our defense has been bad. Nowadays, the offenses are so wide open. It's very difficult to keep a team down with few points. I mean, it's just the game has changed immensely. And I think for the better for the fans, because it's just wide open all the time now. So defenses have a more difficult time making schemes for the offenses that they're playing against. I felt that our defense, I mean, be honest with you, Griff, where have you held a football team 7 downs on the 1 yard line, and then 3 downs one other time? That's great defense.
Yeah,
so, and it helped. It won the game for us. Won the game for us in our last game against Washington.
Yeah.
So I think our defense is good. I think the key to today's game is that we have to have minimum turnovers. We have to execute well on offense. We have to stop the defense from their schemes of blitzing, and then on defense we got to control the quarterback and control the speed. And if we have a good kicking game, I think we got a good chance.
Yeah. Well, can we get a prediction for the final score?
Well, I'm going to pick Notre Dame. Yeah. Otherwise, I mean, I'd be hung in effigy again. I got hung once, But I think we got a good chance today. It's going to be a tough game. It ain't going to be easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Southern Cal has got great athletes, but so does Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Southern Cal's got a great coaching staff. So does Notre Dame.
Yep.
And I'm rooting for Charlie Weiss.
All right.
God bless you.
Coach Faust,
Always great being with Amanda Moeller.
Yeah.